The Green Party has found itself in hot water recently, particularly around the court case involving Shara Ali and the future of the party as a political force. And the hot water is not because of environmental policies or anti-establishment rhetoric, but rather over the delicate and highly divisive issue of transgender rights. Shara Ali, once a deputy leader and prominent figure within the party, was sacked from his role as spokesperson on policing and domestic safety. Why? Because his gender-critical views, which the party saw as incompatible with its own, led to his dismissal. However, a court has ruled that his removal was procedurally unfair. The irony here is that a party built on the pillars of inclusivity, social justice and fairness stumbled at the procedural gate. The court didn't say that the party was wrong for wanting to distance itself from his views that might contradict its official policy, but rather that it had botched the process. Essentially, Ali was sacked for going against party policy without a clear identification of how he breached that policy. It's a classic case of right intentions, wrong method, or perhaps procedures a virtue. Now, this leaves the Green Party in a bit of a pickle. On the one hand, it needs to uphold its own progressive values and support its transgender members. On the other hand, it must avoid the appearance of suppressing internal debate, especially on such a contentious issue. The court's decision to award Ali damages of £9,100 adds insult to procedural injury. In a political twist more akin to financial disaster than environmental utopia, the Greens now face serious financial challenges due to these legal battles, with over £280,000 earmarked for legal costs and facing an £80,000 shortfall entering entering the new parliamentary season. The party has increased membership fees. And although the latest accounts suggest a surplus, this case represents not just a legal and moral issue, but a fiscal one as well. The stakes aren't just about principles or policies anymore, they're about survival. And here's where things get tricky. Other activists with similar gender-critical views are considering legal action. If more cases follow Ali's, the financial strain on the Green Party could intensify and could in the end destroy the party. We're seeing the Green Party at a crossroads where legal battles are not just a sideshow but potentially existential threats to its long-term survival. So where does this leave the Green Party's political future? On one level, they're achieving notable electoral success. They've gained 4 MPs, making the most recent election the best they've ever had. Yet success at the ballot box cannot overshadow the internal turbulence. The issue of gender identity is one that has split parties. We saw people resign. We saw Berry resign from the leadership in 2021, specifically citing tension over transgender rights within the party. This wasn't a footnote, but a significant schism. So can the Greens, a party so often associated with unity on key issues like the environment, afford a fracture over identity politics? The risk here is alienating parts of its base, both those who support transgender rights unequivocally and those like Ali who take a more gender-critical stance. Surely the bottom line of the gender debate is one of kindness and one of humanity. To borrow from Ali's own words outside the court, this is about our right within politics to articulate, ventilate, and foster genuine debate on matters of great consequence. He's not wrong. But it's the problem of identifying a problem and racing to a solution. The party has the right to decide. Can it remain the home for such debates? Or can it remain the home for people who take positions which are so diametrically opposed to the party's ideology? Will it be a space where views outside the ordinary are sidelined, or will it be a space where views outside the ordinary are welcomed? So looking towards the future, it's clear that the Green Party needs to clean up more than just the planet. Internal governance, consistency in policy, transparent procedures must all be improved if it wants to avoid further pitfalls. And the party must ask itself a hard question. Can it afford the luxury of ideological purity, or does it need to evolve into a broader, more resilient, more inclusive political force? If it cannot find a balance between inclusivity and policy coherence, then the future will hold further rifts. And those rifts which may be financial, and they may be political, they may be moral, but they may also ultimately destroy the party.